Parents, let me ask you something. Does your week look like this? Are we doing physical therapy on Mondays and Wednesdays, occupational therapy on Tuesdays, some speech therapy squeezed in on Fridays, or some sensory integration sessions squeezed in between? Maybe even a behavioral program or some ABA in there. All while juggling a restrictive dietary plan and a supplement drawer that looks like a pharmacy? Well, if that is your life right now, I need you to know two things. One, you are not alone. And two, you are not failing your child. Because the truth is, it's not that you're missing something. It may actually be that you're doing too much. I know you're exhausted. I know how deeply you love your child. And I know how much you've sacrificed between your time, your money, and your energy. Because seeing your child progress is all that you want. But many parents don't realize that in this quest to regulate, to develop, and to heal, sometimes we can overwhelm our kids' systems with more and more therapies, more diets, more detoxes, more supplements. But in the middle of that massive effort, their nervous system is quietly screaming. It's screaming, I can't keep up. This is what we call healing intervention overload. This is what happens when you have too many well-intentioned therapies on top of an already dysregulated nervous system. Instead of working together, those therapies actually start to work against one another. You can think of your child's nervous system like a computer. If there's too many tabs open, the whole thing slows down, sometimes it freezes or even crashes. Another way to think of it is like a circuit board. And if it's already overloaded, plugging even more into it, even if they're good things, it can trip the fuse. This is why many families who come to us, they tell us we're doing everything right, but my child is still stuck. They've plateaued, and in some cases, they're even regressing. Well, here's why. When the nervous system is stuck in a sympathetic state, that fight or flight, stressed out, vagus nerve dysfunction, dysautonomic type state, then every ounce of their energy actually goes towards survival, not towards growth. This is what we call the energy theft hierarchy. Well, first thing to go is your GI system or your gut. We see constipation, reflux, motility issues. No matter how pristine the diet is, you can add more supplements, but if the nervous system is not doing its job, then the gut can't do its job. The second thing we see is the motor system go. We see delayed milestones, weak core, toe walking, poor coordination. Therapies like OT and PT can only go so far if the neurology is not on point. And then we see the immune system start to suffer. Kids have chronic ear infections, autoimmunity, eczema, skin issues start to show up, and kids they get sick more often and they bounce back even slower. And finally, the higher cognitive functions like speech and learning start to go. Because if the foundation is unstable, speech therapy isn't going to stick. And when the nervous system it simply doesn't have the capacity to build those skills at this time. And this is why we see so many families who see endless gut issues despite pristine diets. Why milestones simply just don't click despite years of therapy. And why their child just can't seem to turn a corner. Because the problem isn't in their therapy or their diet and nutrition. The issue is in the functionality of their nervous system. So what's the solution? The solution is not to abandon all those helpful therapies, but it's simply to put them in the right order, the right sequence. This is what we call sequential healing. In phase 1, it's to restore and regulate nervous system function. Through high frequency, neurologically focused chiropractic care, we can calm the storm and get better regulation between our nervous systems so our brain perceives and regulates our body so all the other therapies can integrate properly. This is the base to the healing process, okay? And then in phase 2, once the nervous system is more stable, we can reintroduce those core 4, sleep, gut, immune, and motor development. This is where we're gonna start to see PT, OT, and all the other therapies finally starting to click. And in phase 3, now with a more regulated nervous system and therapies that used to feel exhausting or ineffective suddenly becoming more powerful, the kids actually start to catch up. They thrive. They start moving forward developmentally, even faster than the parents thought were possible. And this is what we call the multiplier effect, where each therapy actually amplifies the next instead of canceling it out like it was doing in the past. So how do you know if your child is overloaded? Well, first it starts with a gut check. Are you actually seeing real results, or are things stuck, or are they worse, or worse off, are they actually sliding backwards? And the second step is to understand how the nervous system is functioning. And in our office, we use inside scanning technology to measure exactly how the nervous system is functioning directly. And this shows us your child's system, if it's overloaded, if it's stressed, or even exhausted. And I'll tell you, for parents, these scans bring peace of mind because you're finally able to see on a piece of paper what's happening on the inside. And it gives us a clear indication of where to start. Parents, if what I've shared sounds all too familiar, if you're tired of chasing more therapies and more diets and more supplements only to see your child stuck, then it's time to flip the script. It's time to stop piling on, and it's time to start building from the foundation. And the foundation is your nervous system. This is the future of human performance. So if you'd like to learn more about healing intervention overload, about insight scanning technology, or about how sequential healing can transform your child's health journey, click the link in our bio, comment below, send us a DM, because your child does not need more chaos. They need more calm. They do not need more labels or protocols. They need more regulation. And they don't need everything. They need the right thing in the right order. And when you start there, healing is possible.